Bitch, oh my gosh, you look so different.
Oh my
I know.
goodness.
You look so
Well,
good.
I needed to cut my hair for work, but I
Hmm.
was, but my mustache, my beard, it grows back fast.
I was supposed to, oh my gosh, you
Wow.
look so different.
Oh my
I know.
goodness.
I did not notice that was you.
All right, Grace, you are good to start.
All righty. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your first tribal council as a tribe. I know we're all excited to be here. Well, maybe for us, but not so much for y'all. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get some questions for y'all. So, Cake, do you want to tell us what y'all had to do for this challenge and how are y'all feeling after this loss?
Well, Grace, thank you for that wonderful question. I will answer like a true pageant queen. So to recap what you missed on Glee, we had to do a word chain. It was interesting for some. I feel like as a tribe, we pretty much had the same average of score across the board. Like there were some slight point differences in how we are feeling. I mean, we feel defeated. Like we didn't expect to be here, but you know, every dog has its day, as I say.
Alrighty, thank you. So I am going to move on to Justin. So y'all are starting out on three tribes of six people, and for a survivor tribe, that is a smaller group that you are having to work around, especially when you were in a situation of going to tribal. With there only being six of you, how are you making sure it is not going to be you?
Think with only six of us, it's a small amount, like you said. So it's a lot quieter than I'm used to, and there's less people to talk to. So the best way is just to try to bond with the other five. It's really the only way you can do it, right? But there's not a lot of wiggle room, and you got to be on it, I guess.
Alrighty, so Joel Justin was saying things could be more quiet. Do you feel that has been what has been happening this round? Do you feel the vote has been more on the quiet end, or do you believe things have been more kind of out there and more chaotic?
No, I would agree with the sentiment that it's been quieter at my end. I think people have been busy, and like the one day that I've not been really busy, like I've not been busy today, and like everyone's just been either not around or could only go on messages, and that's not a bad thing. We all have days where we're busy, and it just so ends up that it's the tribal council day that it's been quiet. That's just the vibe that I've gotten. That could obviously just be directed towards me, but I think it is a whole tribe thing. I think. You don't know for sure.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go on to Sean next. So would there only be six of you on this tribe and only being you and five other people, what are things you are looking for to keeping someone in the game over other individuals?
You're gonna have to repeat that question because my mom was talking to me.
I was just asking, since you guys are on a tribe of six people and it's only yourself and five others that you are having to communicate with, what are things you are looking for when wanting to keep people in this game to wanting to vote someone out?
See, th- it's really hard because I feel like this tribe alone, we've been so cohesive. Like, look at last round. We kind of ate that. Um, for me, it's just like communication, and honestly, this round for a lot of us, communication has been low, very low. Um, so it's really up in the air for me.
Alrighty, and Taco Tony, do you feel that Sean is saying that the communication has been pretty low on this tribe attending tribal council, but you guys were able to pull that win out the last round and that creative challenge, which shows your cohesiveness? Do you feel tribal has shifted the tribe's vibe completely?
Um, yes, I think that the morale, whatever you call it, is kind of low at the moment, and people are talking. But I think after this round, we'll probably become a lively bunch again and thrive.
Alrighty, and I'm gonna go on to Joanne. So, Joanne, on night zero, there was a twist that got announced to you guys, and that is that if the vote ends up tying, then it'll automatically go to rocks. And there is an even amount of people on this tribe. How are you navigating through each of these rounds, knowing there's a possibility of a tie that could occur and anyone can be out of this game at any point?
Okay, just figuring out how to unmute myself here. Um, yeah, the twist is definitely interesting. Definitely adds a lot more uneasiness because it does add a layer to like the strategy. Going into this tribal, I don't think that will be an issue, but I guess you never know what to expect. But I'm not feeling the pressure of the twist too much this week, but maybe down the line when things get more intense, I could see it coming to play more.
Alrighty, and before I ask my normal two questions, do any of my prime members, y'all want to ask the Lime Tribe anything? Or have any questions for them?
No.
Let's see. Looks like that's gonna be a no for now. Alrighty. So I usually have two questions for these tribal councils. The first things first, I always ask if you think you are going to be the second boot of this game and have your torch snuffed, or we could say melted because y'all are competing on a chocolate and candy themed season, raise your hand. Alrighty. And so every season of Distortion, we mainly will I except come up with a couple, but we come up with a silly, quirky question that we like to ask at all the tribal councils because we want to pick y'all's brains a little bit. So the question for this season is if you were to compare this round to any type of candy, what would it be and why? Be as creative and tell us what your mind is thinking to that as you want.
Black licorice. Enough said.
I don't count this as candy, but I think it's funny. Melatonin. Because people were it was so quiet today. It was
I'm gonna say Skittles because you don't know what color you're gonna get at the end of the vote.
Anybody else have any candies?
I'm gonna say Twizzlers because they're kind of boring, but there's still twists in there. So
Hold
Yeah.
up, not too much on Twizzlers now.
Not too much on Twizzlers. You could have just said black licorice.
That was crazy. Twizzlers boring? That is
I
crazy
mean,
work.
compared to other, you know.
I'm gonna go with air because I mean air's not sweet, but that's kind of how it spells today. Like, you know, I think we're all on the same page, so the joke is funny enough that I'm not shading anyone.
I'll say milk duds because I can fit like 15 of them in my mouth. They're my favorite.
Well, these have been some of very interesting answers to the question.
Yeah. We got some Twizzlers, black licorice, milk
Air.
duds, air, melatonin, Skittles. Also, Twizzlers are awful, so I agree with Joanne.
Grace,
Hold on,
I'm
not too much,
I'm a
Grace.
Twizzler
Not too much,
defender.
Grace.
Not too
Not too
much.
much.
Not too
Not too
much.
Y'all, we can talk about Twizzlers after, but first, if anyone has any pre-vote advantages and they'd like to play them or anything last minute they want to say, now would be the time to say it. Air. Literal air, y'all. Anyways, that being said, you guys will have just a couple minutes to get your vote in your prod chat. Either bump it for us or send it again if you haven't. We are live in the VL, so if you want to make shout out to your friends in the server, this will be the time. I will be back with the votes.
Shout out to Madam Gigi Butterfly, my project guest, and Jonathan Bradbury. Love y'all both.
Shout out to the baddest bitch in this org community, Chris San. Go root for her in CTC.
Oh, that's Mother.
Shout out to my prod guest, Alex. Love you. Thanks for your lovely advice.
Shout
Oh.
out to the air because I didn't add anyone in my production chat. So
Wait,
it goes
Joanne, you
back
look so
to the
pretty
air.
today. Wait, hold on. I'm living for this cardigan. Well, man, like Joanne, like I need to see
Ooh.
pictures after this if I'm still here because the outfit's giving. It must be Christmas again because it's just giving.
Stop trying to flirt with me.
Oh my God, stop it. I'm just, I just see beauty. Meanwhile, I'm dressed up as Lotso the teddy bear.
I love it. We all came dressed up, obviously.
I mean, except for Sean, but you know.
I love me a good
Oh
white
my-
t-shirt.
What the hell is a red vine? Isn't that like
Red vines are nasty. Hold on. Red vines are nasty.
Isn't that also like Twizzlers? But
It's like Twizzlers, but like the like
it's
it
like we
tastes
have
more-
Twizzlers at home.
no, it's like
It's
It's-
more
yes,
like
it's like
horrific.
it's
It's
at
more
home, but
plastic.
it's more plastic and it smells and tastes like Play-Doh.
So
Joanne,
Sean, was
sweetie,
that
I'm so sorry. That was
was
so
that a read?
disrespectful.
Yeah, that was
No.
a read. That was a read. That was a read.
Wow.
Disrespectful.
Never mind, I changed my vote.
Yeah, Joanne's like, I'm changing my vote.
Well, it was nice. It was nice.
Come on,
This
guys,
is-
back me up.
This is where I put in my killer snuff advantage, where I auto sole vote. With that being said,
Anyways,
the person who I've chosen, no shocker, Seb. I'm sending you home.
Thank God I'm safe another day.
Thank goodness that you did that.
Listen,
not too much on Seb. Not too much on Seb.
not too much on Seb, but like all too much. I beat them in a lip sync. So
This is also the same guy who advocated along with Cam playing in the
Don't
Squid
use
Game game.
Don't use that name around me,
Anti-Grace
Grace.
Alliance.
Anti-Grace alliances are fun though.
wait, hold on. There's such thing as anti-grace alliances. That's nasty.
Mm.
Wait, Seb, you look so cute. Wait,
Oh my God, it's time.
Hello.
hold hands.
I have my urn.
The urn funny.
But first, if anyone has any hidden immunity idols or advantages and they'd like to play them, now would be the time to do so. All right, votes are locked. When I read the final vote, that person will have just a couple seconds to say their goodbyes and leave the Zoom. I'll read the votes. First vote, Joel. Second vote, Taco Tony. Third vote, Joel. Fourth vote, Joel. Fifth vote. And the second person voted out of Distortion Survivor, Pure Imagination, Joel. Joel, if you have any final words, now would be the time to say them.
I kind of saw this coming when Joanne sent a message saying, so I've actually spoke to Taco Tony and Cake, and they're all locked in. And then she edited the message straight afterwards to say, oh, I've just spoke to Cake. And I'm like, okay, well, I think I'm going home then. I don't know why. I guess maybe I spoke too little, too much, but I did see it coming. I'm not shocked. So,
Joel, it's been amazing. So glad I've been able to host you, but unfortunately, the tribe has spoken. You may leave the Zoom.
Love you, Joel. Now, Joanne,
And
what's the tea? Why
So
am I
I
thrown under the
didn't I didn't
bus?
know that well, first of all,
Clearly, the bus is
that's
so
what I get
heavy.
for responding when I'm busy, because I wasn't thinking, and like we all talked about, everything, and we're on the same page. And Joel had mentioned like, oh, I talked to like Sean and Justin. So I was like, oh yeah, I also talked to Cake and Taco Tony, because you guys are like the only other two. Basically trying to say everyone's on board. And then I had like, but I was doing that right in the middle of something. And then I immediately realized, and I was like, oh shit. And then I edited it, but then I didn't know you could see the history on an edited message. Can you? Or was he just fast?
And with that, congratulations on making it to the final 16 of Distortion Survivor Pure Imagination. As mentioned in the announcement chat, no materials are needed. It will be a live challenge tomorrow. We will announce what is happening in just a